Hi everyone, this is Hajar Shunoi. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing great wherever you are. Today, I want to introduce myself and my method. I want to teach English. Yes, as you can see, I am teaching English, but I am still learning it. I am still learning English as well. I want to share my knowledge with you, my knowledge of learning English. I am from Iran and I'm Kurdish and I'm not an English teacher, but I can speak English as you can see right now. And I want to share that knowledge I used for learning English in my life. And I think that will be very helpful for you because it will help you to learn English easily. Because I went a lot of wrong way for learning English. And now I want to help you. And if you want to learn English the way I did, let me tell you, I used podcasts, English podcasts. I used the shadowing technique and many other methods that can help you learn English. You just need to read and repeat after me. Just keep repeating after me, as I did. If you don't know the meaning of a sentence or a word, you can look it up in a dictionary or maybe use Google Translate to find the meaning in your own language. But please, just listen to me carefully because the key to learning is listening. Listening is very important. In this series and this course, I will share very important methods, as I said, that you can use easily. I will talk about many topics that will be very useful for you. If you are at an intermediate level and now you can understand me, these lessons will be very helpful and effective for you. But please just repeat after me and don't forget this key to learning. I have tried to speak more slowly to give you time. Now, repeat after me. Today, I wanna talk about a very important topic: the power of thinking in English. Yes, the power of thinking in English. Many English learners or many English students ask, why can I understand some English, but I cannot speak easily? This is a very common, a very usual, a very typical problem. You study vocabulary, you read texts, you listen to English or English speakers. But when it is time to speak, your mind becomes slow. You want to say something, but first you think in your own language, your mother language, your mother tongue. Then you want to translate, to change words from own language to your English. You want to translate it into English. And then you try to speak. This process is very slow and it takes a lot of time. And sometimes it makes you feel nervous, feeling worried or anxious maybe. I don't know. That is why thinking in English is so important. Thinking in English is so important. Thinking in English means that you try to use English directly in your mind. You do not always go back to uh, your first language. You do not build every sentence in your own language first. Instead, you train your brain to use English naturally. This is not magic. It is a skill. What's the meaning of skill? An ability. And like every skill, you can improve it with practice. Yes, and many learners think that speaking English only improves when they speak with a teacher or a partner or a native speaker. Native speaker is someone who grew up speaking that language. Kurdish native speaker, Persian native speaker, English native speaker, Arabic native speaker. Of course, that kind of practice is very helpful, but it is not the only way. The only way if you want to become a better speaker. You must also practice when you are alone, like me. I did it. I did it alone. And I didn't have someone, or I have nobody for speaking English, for practicing English partners. I did it alone. Thinking in English is one of the best way. Thinking in English is one of the best way to do that. Thinking in your mind. Why is it so useful? Thinking in English is so useful. First, thinking in English helps you become faster. When you always translate, you lose time, unfortunately. But when you think in English, your brain starts to connect, to join ideas together, connect thoughts directly to English words, not your own language words. Little by little, speaking becomes easier and quicker. And that was first reason. And second, thinking in English helps you feel more comfortable with the English. English stops being just a school subject. It becomes part of your daily life. You start using it for small thoughts, simple ideas, and real situation. And third, it helps you remember. It helps you remember vocabulary better. When you only memorize a word from a list or from a book, I don't know, you may forget it quickly. But when you use that word in your mind over and over, again and again, it becomes part of your it becomes part of your life, part of your thinking in English. And it will be one of your active vocabulary. And you can actually use when you want to use it. That means you can actually use it when you speak English. Now, some students may say, but my English is not strong enough. My English is not good. I am a bad student in English. I cannot think in English. My answer is yes, you can. You do not need advanced high level of English to start. You only need simple English like me. In fact, nobody is perfect. In fact, simple English is the best place to begin. Yes, you should start now. You must start now. For example, look around. Look around your room. You can think, for example, this is my chair, or this is my phone, or I feel tired. These are short and easy sentences, but they are very powerful. Why? Because they train your brain to use English for real life. You don't need to start with long, difficult, or complex sentence, complex words, and these things. Start with what you know. Start with what you know, what you understand, what you know, what you can use. At night, you can think, I am tired. Today was busy. Or I learned a new word today. This is how you build a habit. What's the meaning of habit? A routine you do regularly, over and over. And yes, at first it may feel slow or even strange. That is normal. That is normal, of course, in the beginning. You may only think in the beginning, you maybe think one or two words in English. That is okay. The important thing is consistency. Yes, continue. You just please continue and make it a habit for yourself. Let me explain something important. Thinking in English does not mean you must be perfect, as I said. Many students stop themselves because they are afraid of mistakes. Yes, they are afraid of mistakes, unfortunately. When you are learning, mistakes are not the enemy, something that stops you from succeeding. Mistakes are part of the process. If you think I go to store, even if the grammar is not perfect, it shows you are trying to think in English. That is progress, moving forward toward a goal. So please, don't wait until your English is perfect. Start now. Your English won't be perfect. You should start now, please. Thinking in English also improves your listening, because when you get used to English sentence patterns, the way words are regularly arranged, it becomes easier to recognize. Recognize means to identify something you already know. Recognize them when other people speak. Your brain becomes more familiar with the rhythm. Yes, the regular pattern of sound, rhythm. The regular pattern of sound. And follow up English. How to practice. How to practice. Describe your world. Say what you see. The weather is hot. The weather is hot. Ask yourself question. What do I want to eat? What should I study next? Talk about your plans. This makes your English more flexible, easy to change, or flexible means yes, easy to change or adapt. Repeat useful sentences. Repeat useful sentences. Repetition helps you remember words. This method is effective. Believe me, this method is effective because it creates a small communication. What's the meaning of communication? We can say the act of sharing information. Bridge in your mind, speaking to each other. You don't need hours and hours. You need consistency. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can help you. Small practice, repeated every day, creating big results. Starting today, I want you to practice thinking in English for a few minutes. Every day, start with easy sentences. Your room, your day, and your feelings just start. Thank you for listening, and I hope this lesson helps you and see you in the next video. Bye bye.